Okay, so today I'm starting something that's going to be pretty personal to me, something I wanted to do since this game came out, and I guess it's best right now that I go through and complete everything else before I try to do it. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the road to 50/20. Yes. Because basically since Ultimate Custom Night has come out, I've been wanting to take down 50/20 mode, but my best is only 36/20. So I'm gonna start. So to start, the whole point of this series is that I'm gonna go through every other Five Nights at Freddy's game, and I'm going to beat all of the all max modes again, for the sake of getting my skills up enough in all the other games, and then building my way up in UCN to finally beat 50/20 mode. And so far, when it comes to all of this, I have beaten Five Nights at Freddy's 1, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Five Nights at Freddy's 3. I think I beat Five Nights at Freddy's 4. I can't quite remember, but I think I beat it. But I'm just gonna count that one as a maybe. And those are all the ones that I either think I beat or I know I beat. And the ones that I have not beaten are Sister Location, and I have not beaten 50/20 mode in Ultimate Custom Night. Because my current best is 36/20, and the longest I've ever lasted in 50/20 mode is like 30 seconds. Yeah, clearly, there was a lot of work to do, but today I'm going to be trying to tackle at least two of the ones that I've already beaten. And I think right now I'm going to try and tackle the two easiest ones, which for me, that's Fnaf 1 and Fnaf 3. Like, by far the easiest ones. At least out of the entire series. Like, just by far the easiest. There's nothing to really say about it. So yeah, let's get started with this. Okay, so to start off the road to 50/20 mode, I'm going to be rebeating Fnaf 1, 420, Fnaf 3, Aggressive Nightmare, and I'm going to be attempting to either get close to or tie my personal best in this game, along with doing a couple attempts at Golden Freddy mode. So I think, yeah, first thing I'm going to do is just try to make progress on this. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so yeah, this is the setup I will be using to attempt to tie my personal best. Though, granted, I don't remember what my original setup was when I achieved this best, so we're just gonna go and say it's this.
Don't get out much, so you'll have to forgive my enthusiasm.
That could have gone better. That could have gone a lot better. Fucked up that reset. Shut up, can't you get that?
Smile! You are attempting. Thank you for depositing 5 coins. Thank you for depositing Depositing 5 coins. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
What's up, Springtrap?
Thank you for depositing 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins. You, Freddy, you are tempting. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
What I win? I win. Personal best tied. That took more attempts than I wanted it to. It took a lot more attempts than I wanted it to take. Well, we got it done. Personal best tied. Okay, so now Fnaf 3 Aggressive Nightmare. I have no idea how this one is gonna go. Because this one either goes really well or really poorly, and there is 0 in between. So I guess we're just gonna find out.
So is this not enough? I talk about anything and everything Fnaf merch related for a collective 24 minutes and 13 seconds, and that doesn't put the cock to rest? I mean, hey, let's be fair, I guess in those videos I only really talked about Funko, Good Stuff, Funko, Sanchi, Funko, McFarlane, Funko, Naka, Funko, Thinky. Oh hey, we can talk about Funko this time. These bastards are, yeah, I'm wearing my own merchandise. I chunked up on the last one. It wasn't self-defense. You got merch, baby. We got some funky-ass sweaters and graphic tees, some adorable-looking stickers for all the fans of Binding Agent out there. Socks, bro. Anybody who doesn't exclusively record themselves above the knee will get a wicked. Last but not least, a limited sleek chunk of metal to pin onto any fabric, corkboard, or absorbent material of your desire. Pins are very sexy and awesome last time I checked, especially if they use my likeness. It was scientifically proven by a friend of mine. They go to another school, you wouldn't know. Grab this shit while it's piping hot. The links in the description. The world of cheap plastic garbage only grows, and boy howdy if I'm not going to be the one to perpetuate it to a slight and fairly reasonable degree. I mean, I don't know, what do you want me to say? I hate being monetarily stable. I want chunks of refined oil in my boat, bitch. For example, I have enough of these little shit to create a summoning ritual now. Yeah, I'm batshit insane, how could you tell? Wait, did Funko make these? Dude, I've never talked about these guys in my life. Funko Incorporated, exclusive manufacturer of Black 5 Nights at Freddy's garbage and nothing more. God, I hate the ability to see. Yeah, these dudes went through a good old recoloring phase at one point, seemingly endlessly dishing out the very same tried and true figures and plushies with a new whack-out tone of paint. Don't get me wrong, I do love the whole Blacklight aesthetic as a whole, but holy actual fistballs is that all Funko ever put out for a while, arguably to total oversaturation, dousing seemingly every previous Fnaf wave of products in this stuff. And apparently this trend was contagious enough for other companies to puke out these horrid-looking containers of Blacklight slime. It haunts me this shit isn't bootleg. Personally, all I ever grabbed of the kind were 4 out of the 5 Blacklight pop figures, and honestly, colors on these dudes are kinda pretty. I think the contrasting yellows and purples on Chica and the Cupcake are quite nice. And Foxy's whole lemon lime color scheme going on with that dash of purple is equally pretty freaking dope looking. I can't help but feel like the box art is a tad bland compared to the Doctor Strange pop I yanked off the shelf for a tenner at Tesco, but hey, imagine Funko being impressive. Yeah, it is very debatable. Special Delivery and Security Breach. These are the two games that get the most talk these days. Interesting considering one's been aggressively dwindling in popularity for months, and the other isn't even out, but that's not gonna stop Funko shooting this shit out of the cannon. SD and SP Puzzle figures. I went ahead and grabbed a bunch of each of these. How'd they stack up? Well, I grabbed Chocolate Freddy because I thought the custom mold looks neat. Pretty solid looking brick of plastic overall. Can't lie, as far as physical matter goes, it's up there. I also spent my hard-earned cash on Freddy Frostbear, and I guess there's less entertaining ways to burn money. Yeah, not too big of a fan here. The quote-unquote cracks in the ice look airbrushed on. It's just not appealing in the slightest as a figure here, in my opinion. Security Breach figures here, on the other hand, hey, I'll bite. They're all reasonably faithful to the original designs, especially given Funko's history of handing out dental plans to these mofos. These ain't too bad looking. They're about as detailed as you'd expect. Especially considering the fact that the heads are modified, reused molds. I really ain't got much to say about these squishlets. No buildable figure this time, which is kinda unwacky, but I feel like most people are gonna want to grab these for the figures themselves this time. Funko ain't gonna waste costs on manufacturing an extra part per critter if they don't need to give people that extra incentive to splash out. Because regardless of how badly the inconsistencies in the mold might piss things up, a lot of these designs are still pretty damn appealing. Case in point, Roxanne Supremacy. I love this figure. And these all come with some pretty stylistic box art, harsh black and red, so I'm into it. Fits nice with the tone of the source. And hey, on a final note with Funko, I went ahead and pre-ordered a rock ton of Security Breach mystery minis, only for them to pull this super quirky move where they actually don't have the inventory in stock yet, so I went ahead and back-ordered a Segway instead. Hey Gogo, it's me, you from the past. Do me a solid and talk about the mystery minifigures you ordered that I'm assuming already arrived. Piss is an illusion, destroy the hologram, buy cream soda, bye! McFarlane, Lego sets for the fans of shit Lego would never manufacture. I went ahead and splurged on the entire most recent series of Help Wanted construction sets. Yeah, I passed out after looking at a reasonably priced McFarlane product too. Oh yeah, we got a pizzeria simulator shaped anomaly here also for some reason. Whoa, hey, it's obscure character Morton Freddy from the hit 2017 video game Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. Morton Freddy, how do you feel about your third merchandising feature to date in this suspiciously marked up, nondescript popular building toy knockoff construction set? You said it, you poorly optimized sack of shit. First time I saw McFarlane, I was described to, in painstaking detail,
he was in 7.
actual hell crafting the Pirate Cove and Prize Corner sets put my friend through. Yeah, baby, I get to experience this shit firsthand. Hi. I want to put my fingers through rehabilitation. I kid. At least with the sets I put together, these honestly weren't too bad of a time, but that doesn't mean they don't come without your trademark typical Lego knockoff bullshit. There are some super sketchy building techniques here. Any Lego employee would spontaneously combust at the thought of, the mangle vent repair set especially. The more complex stuff feels just uncomfortably structurally unstable enough to make me pee a lot. It wouldn't be your trademark typical Lego knockoff bullshit without it. I do love how some of the bricks have texture though, like these warped metallic looking pieces and the physical grittiness of the wooden plank and concrete pieces in the corn maze. And there is a surprising amount of detail packed into each of the minifigures here also, each animatronic fit with custom molds and a removable head in most cases, to reveal the internal end of the skull. Grim Foxy's got this dirtied up suit with a transparent orange torso piece and a wicked sickle. Angle's surprisingly faithful aside from the neon green eyes. Molten Freddy's mold is pretty intricate and... oh. Yeah, Freddy's sitting over here with a washed out screenshot as a sticker of a 3D render of his insides. So hey, quality ain't totally consistent, but things for the most part aren't too shabby in the department of making the sole multiple reason for the set's existence look good. I mean, come on, what are you buying this for, the chair it comes with? Though, even if it's not genuinely the real deal, there is at least something so novel about flipping through a Lego-esque construction manual for a 5 Nights at Freddy's set, and hey, Molten Freddy's comes with a neat print of the maintenance checklist. Guys, please, we vomited bronze on Freddy's head by our shit, I got a quota to meet. So hey, overall, at least from the garbage I sampled, while McFarlane may not be the most intuitive when it comes to structurally sound construction sets of consistent quality...
My life.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. It's like, fuck my... oh, never mind, I win. I mean, I was pretty sure I was gonna win, but like...
The good stuff. downsizing variations.
Well, hey, aggressive nightmare done.
Tiny selection.
Brings cracker to that victory.
Relative to each. Honestly, it does kind of blow that we don't see a return of some of the more authentic feeling merch, the Celebrate poster and the arcade tokens to note, but we...
And to end off this video, we're going to be doing where everything started, taking on Five Nights at Freddy's 1 420 mode, which is also by far the easiest one of these in the entire series. This one's really not going to be that bad. I imagine I'll probably be able to beat this first try. I'm so confident in the fact that I'm going to leave this uncut. So let me make sure I'm recording. Okay, good. I am recording. Let me just start my little...
Single one of them is sitting there disgusted.
And
like
let's
their
go.
eyes are gonna roll out of the back of their head at just the sight of somebody with a good body.
And that's why I don't like gyms.
Well, Megan, we're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
Just $10 a month. We're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
Okay, right on. I hear you.
Oh, shit.
Struggle Bug, what do you think about that commercial?
Yeah, with that soda.
I can't freaking hear you. Come here. Say that again.
I said that one aged like milk. I didn't like it.
Yeah, me either. I totally agree. You can pre-order the Struggle Bug now, by the way. The link will be in the description. I thought this would maybe be a good spot for a plug, you know? Little insensitive.
Okay, take 2 of this. I had to cut the attempt short there. My mother was calling me and asking me about something, so hold on. So yeah, take 2. Let's give this a shot for real.
Bad timing? I'll put it back. I don't have an issue with Planet Fitness being a gym for casual exercisers or people on a budget or beginners. I don't have an issue with any of that. But that's not what they claim to be. Their whole thing is they're the judgment-free zone. There's no judging here. We don't judge, guys. Like I said before, I used to work out at Planet Fitness when I was in college. Do you know how many times I saw some weird guy sitting on the quad machine, like just staring people down? He's only here to judge. This is his afternoon activity. I've seen way too many people walking at speed 2 on the treadmill, burning a hole through my head with their eyes. Like, stop staring at me. You're like a baby in church. Look away. I've been to those gyms where it's just the stereotypical meatheads, and it's essentially just an abandoned warehouse with rusty old weights and loud-ass music, and everybody's in there grunting the whole time. You'd think it'd be an intimidating nightmare. But I kid you not, in my experience, the people at gyms like that have always been the most supportive, well-intentioned people. They want you to do well. They want you to kick ass. Let's go. Push. I can do 50 more. I know I can. Jaden has got to be upstairs thinking, what the hell is he doing down there? But the people at Planet Fitness want you to shut the hell up, do 10 minutes on the elliptical, and grab a slice of pizza on the way out. So yeah, maybe they're not a gym.
We're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
The thing it seems Planet Fitness is most proud of is their lunk alarm. What is that? Well, it's a very real and very loud alarm that sounds whenever somebody is acting like a lunk. Well, now what the heck is a lunk? Well, it's described by the company as lunk, one who grunts, drops weights, or judges. Rick is slamming his weights, wearing a bodybuilding tank top, and drinking out of a gallon water jug. What a lunk. A lunk is somebody who judges others. You see that dipshit over there with a big water bottle? They can eat my ass, big stupid dork wearing a tank top. That person sucks. They're such a lunk. I'm a good person. And they took that definition quite literally in this case, where an employee calls the cops on someone because they're using a big water bottle. I kid you not, this is not taken out of context. The lady actually called the police because the water bottle was too big, and she said it wouldn't fit in the cup holders in the gym. And because of that, he had to leave. So he was like, what the hell? Show me where that rule is. And she calls the cops. What kind of wacky logic is that? This is insane, right? I'm not crazy. That's insane. So Planet Fitness has a business model that's kind of a big middle finger to a large potential customer base. It's meant to scare those intense exercisers away. But unfortunately for Planet Fitness, in some cases, it does the complete opposite. There's a badge of honor that some gym goers feel they've earned when they're breaking the rules at Planet Fitness. It's seen as a heck of an accomplishment in some communities to go in there and set off the lunk alarm.
Ready, bro? Let's get 6 of them, alright? 6.
The alarms are set to trigger when they detect muscles actually contracting.
Yeah, that's totally why they sounded the alarm there. Had nothing to do with the fact that they were screaming like jackasses. Also, this guy's wearing cargo shorts at the gym and nobody else is there. Pretty sure they have a buddy that just went over and flipped the switch. Which, that's all it is. When the lunk alarm goes off, it's just an employee manually setting it off when they hear somebody being loud. Although it could definitely be argued that this sound is exponentially more obnoxious than somebody grunting when they're lifting heavy weights. But yeah, that's that Planet Fitness logic. Don't argue with it. Kicked out of Planet Fitness. It's gotta be because we're so big and so strong and everybody in there is so intimidated by us they had to kick us out. No, these guys were actually just asked to stop filming, so they left on their own. Not exactly getting kicked out. And then they went to a different location, and while they were there, they acted like obnoxious dorks the whole time. And even then, they were never asked to leave. So, mission failed. Almost 18 million views, though. Respect. Okay, crap. That one actually got me. That was funny. It looks like the alarm is giving him power. It's like that scene from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So these guys went in and they tried to get kicked out for all of the like normal reasons, you know, grunting, not wearing a shirt, all that stuff. And the employees were just super chill and not kicking them out. So then they just went full moron and disrupted everybody else's day to get kicked out.
Yeah, my God! Head up! Up again! One more! Up! One more! Yeah! Woo! Stop! Squirt, stop. Can someone please clean up? Please clean up. Is it time? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? It's been a pleasure. Planet Fitness!
Which, in that case, why? Like, the whole idea is, oh, they'll kick anybody out of here for being big and strong, and then they don't kick you out for that, so you're like, well, I think I'll just cause a ruckus here instead. That it didn't go the way that I wanted it to. This place sucks. What are you going? You kicking me out? Are you kicking me out for being strong? That's like in high school when kids are like, oh, this teacher fails everybody that they don't like. And then they just don't study for any of the tests, and they fail. You failed because of you. This one's kind of the same situation. The guy's in there being annoying, and they're just kind of like, hey, could you stop being annoying maybe? And that's just not enough for him, so he's got to go full moron again.
So close. God damn it. Fuck.
I have to ask you guys to leave. Because I already gave you guys a warning and being left far of our policy here.
Like, what do you gain from that? You're the bad guy. Planet Fitness is full of pussies. I smashed all the mirrors and pissed in everyone's water bottles and they kicked me out? Must be because I got big muscles. So these videos are pretty douchey in general. If the goal is to go in and be bothersome, you're lame. You're being lame. You're no better than the Szechuan sauce guy. There's a good analogy. It seems like it's actually pretty rare for the employees of Planet Fitness to care when people are coming in and grunting and dropping weights and doing all the lunk alarm stuff. They usually just don't care, especially when the place isn't busy. Like, why would they give a crap if you're going, ugh, when you're the only person in there? They wouldn't. It's because, you know, Nancy is 108 years old and she's just trying to walk on the treadmill and watch Bar Rescue. She's here to hang out, she's here to chill, she's getting her steps in. I think the stereotype of Planet Fitness being trigger happy when it comes to like kicking out people that are working out too hard is greatly exaggerated in most cases. But even with all of that, I understand these people's frustration. You don't feel welcome here, whether you are or not. You don't feel like you are. That's the thing though. Planet Fitness is not a gym for the Incredible Hulk. It wouldn't make sense for a professional basketball player to go to a YMCA and play a pickup game with a bunch of kids and then complain that nobody can keep up. They've progressed past that. And guys like this know darn well that they've progressed past Planet Fitness. It's not for them. And yet they show up and they complain about the facility and they mock other people that work out there regardless of the other people's situation. And the reason they do that is because the gym itself mocks them in their marketing. It's a vicious cycle that will never end. That's what it always comes back to. Planet Fitness wants to appear like they're a gym for everybody while actively not being a gym for everybody. It's a kind of rude and hypocritical way to treat certain people, and it's just lame. It's just not cool. But the gym itself is usually very clean, it's extremely affordable, And the facilities are nice. They have a lot of equipment. This is like, what is the Planet Fitness ad? Someone who's really dedicated to working out every single day might feel more justified in spending $75, $100+ on a monthly membership because they're getting so much more out of it, and they're using heavy free weights, and that's something that Planet Fitness doesn't have. But you can get a serviceable workout at either type of gym. Different strokes for different folks, but the only stroke that I care about is stroking the soft fuzz of this limited edition Struggle Bug plushie, available until February 11th. Have I been shameless enough? I think I'm gonna need to be a lot more shameless to get 200 pre-orders on this thing, so we'll keep it moving. So there's my video about Planet Fitness. I want to show you something very quickly, actually, that's so cool. Somebody sent me this to my P.O. box, and it might be the coolest thing I've ever received.
What did I say?
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
What did I say? First try. Let's go. Like, oh my god, it's so easy. Ugh. This probably shouldn't have even counted for the road to 50-20. It's so easy, but oh well. Maybe that's area, but whatever. Easy. So yeah, I think that's all there's gonna be for this first episode of the Road to 50-20. And then I think next time I upload the series, I'm ideally gonna try and have Fnaf 2 Golden Freddy mode completed, get some progress on Sister Locations Golden Freddy mode, and then hopefully work my way up to 40-20 on Ultimate Custom Nights. But that'll be in the next video whenever I upload that. So until then, see you in the next video.
Similar effects to caffeine in terms of boosting energy and boosting focus. The difference is that it has a slower onset and then it lasts for a longer period of time, and it's also not quite as potent, and there's also less tolerance to it. At least those are the claims that are usually made. Now, it's honestly hard to say a lot about theacrine because there isn't a lot of research to go on. Some of the studies out there combine it with caffeine, so it can be hard to specifically assess. There's no exact dosage guidelines, but if you look at most theacrine products, the lowest dose you'll usually see is 50 milligrams, and around 200 to 300 milligrams is going to be more common. With Greg's product, you're getting 50 milligrams, so it's still within range. It could possibly be helpful in terms of a small bit of extra energy in combination with the caffeine that's in there, which I'll come back to later on. But there is also some data showing that low doses of theacrine can actually have a sedative effect. So there's probably some individual variation at play there. I'm not sure if 50 milligrams would have that effect, but again, it's hard to say a lot about this particular compound. All right, ingredient number 4 is cayenne pepper. So cayenne contains a compound called capsaicin, which is responsible for that hot burn sensation that you feel when you eat chili peppers. And there are a number of studies showing that capsaicin can produce a small benefit in terms of increasing thermogenesis, which is calories burned as heat energy, and also for reducing appetite. So that's fine, but again, we have to look at the dosage. So if you look at the studies, the typical capsaicin dose usually works out to around 2 to 6 milligrams per day, and cayenne pepper has 2.5 milligrams of capsaicin per 1,000 milligrams. And with Greg's product, you're getting 50 milligrams of cayenne pepper. So if you do the math on that, that works out to 0.1 milligrams of actual capsaicin. Okay, so imagine you have like a teaspoon of regular cayenne pepper that you bought from the grocery store to season your food with. Okay, there's 1,800 milligrams in that entire teaspoon, and then you pinch off 1/30th of that amount and consume it. Okay, that's what you're getting in this product per serving. By the way, if you're finding this information helpful, don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date on future videos, and also give the video a quick like to help push this information to more people. The next ingredient on the list is bitter orange, also known as citrus aurantium. So this is a source of an ingredient called synephrine, which is chemically similar to ephedrine, and there is some research showing what you could call noteworthy benefits in terms of increasing overall metabolic rate. For example, one study showed that the subjects burned an average of 65 extra calories over the course of 75 minutes after consuming synephrine. Another one showed that synephrine combined with naringin, which is another ingredient in Greg's product, so I'll just include that here as well. That combination burned 129 calories, which would be a decent amount when you extrapolate it out over the longer term. But once again, what are the dosages that we're dealing with here? Okay, the research study dose for Fnaf usually falls between 25 to 50 milligrams per day. With Greg's product, you're getting 50 milligrams of citrus aurantium, which is the actual fruit, and that usually provides around 6 to 8% Fnaf. So again, do the math, which I did before, this isn't coming from memory, but it works out to 3 to 4 milligrams of total Fnaf, which is actually less than what you would get just from eating one regular orange. And then for naringin, in the study that I mentioned, they used 600 milligrams. The typical doses for that ingredient usually start at around at least a couple hundred milligrams, and Greg's product has 50 milligrams. All right, next up we have green tea extract. So green tea has been studied pretty extensively for a wide variety of different applications, including fat loss, and there is supporting research for that, but it only seems to really give a significant effect at pretty high doses and also in people who don't regularly consume caffeine. So if you are a regular caffeine consumer, it's hard to say exactly what green tea supplementation is or isn't going to do for you as far as fat loss goes, but when it comes to the dosages, the active component in green tea is a compound called EGCG, and different studies will give different dosages, but to really get into the sort of truly efficacious range, you're probably looking at around 300 to 500 milligrams of total EGCG, and the absolute lowest dosage would be around 100 to 200 milligrams. With Greg's product, you're getting 50 milligrams of total green tea extract at 45% EGCG, which, again, I did the math before this, but it works out to 23 milligrams of total EGCG. I mean, even V-Shred's Fat Burner has a proper 300 milligram dose of this particular ingredient.
What's going on, guys?
There's black pepper extract at 5 milligrams. That's typically just added into supplements to increase the absorption of the other ingredients. It's not really an active ingredient so much, at least not as far as fat loss is concerned. Next up is glucomannan, which is a type of fiber that's really thick and it absorbs a high amount of water, so it basically turns into like gel-like substance in the stomach. And so people will sometimes supplement with this before meals to increase feelings of fullness in order to reduce their overall calorie intake. There actually are some studies supporting this ingredient, and obviously anything that helps to moderate your appetite is going to assist to some extent with helping you maintain a calorie deficit. Again, following the theme here, the dosage is key. Okay, to truly get a legit appetite-reducing effect, the usual dose of glucomannan is at least 1 gram. Most supplement labels recommend 2 grams, and you're going to take that anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour before you have a meal. It absorbs about 50 times its weight in water, so at 1 to 2 grams, that would be like adding 50 to 100 grams of extra volume into your stomach, which you can imagine could have some noticeable effect in terms of just giving you a little bit of extra fullness so that you end up eating less. And you can also do that multiple times per day. With Greg's formula, you're taking it once per day and you're getting 1/10 of 1 gram.
Please.
So that would expand to about 5 grams of total volume, which is maybe a teaspoon. And the final compound.
No! 5 a.m. No!
Promoted as sort of a miracle weight loss supplement quite a few years back. Dr. Oz was pushing this stuff pretty aggressively at one time. It has a compound in it called hydroxycitric acid, or HCA, and it's claimed to increase metabolic rate and blunt appetite. As far as the actual research goes, it shows some benefits in rodent studies, but those benefits don't seem to carry over to humans. This is just not a very convincing ingredient. And again, it doesn't matter anyway because the dose in Greg's product is 50 milligrams, which is a tiny fraction of what was used in the studies.
Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious?
And then circling back to the top, we've got 300 milligrams of caffeine. That's a pretty decent dose. And so even though the other ingredients in this formula are significantly lower than fucking blue ball doses, if you do consume this product, then you're still going to subjectively feel it working purely because of that caffeine dose. And caffeine is going to have some modest effects on overall calorie expenditure by increasing thermogenesis. It's going to blunt appetite to some extent. And of course, it's going to give you more energy, which could then have a downstream effect by helping you just transport.
If the puppet had run out right then, I think I would have won. God damn it.
Pennies to include, so I wouldn't really consider this to be some kind of like noteworthy upside to the product. He uses a combination of caffeine anhydrous and dicaffeine malate. That second form is 75% caffeine and 25% malic acid. I'm not aware of any sort of concrete research on that particular compound. It's supposedly
I'm still
a
shaking.
no-crash form of caffeine, but the amount of malic acid there would be extremely small, so I doubt that really matters. And the label on Greg's product doesn't specifically tell you how much of each form you're getting anyway. And on the issue of caffeine, I mentioned a quick sort of cautionary tip for you at the start, which is to keep in mind that Greg's pre-workout also contains 350 milligrams of caffeine for the full serving. So if you're buying these products as a stack, which I'm sure a lot of people out there are going to be doing, that's just something to be aware of, because I know there's going to be plenty of newbies out there who buy this and then combine the products together without really considering the exact ingredients and dosages.
Train harder than last time!
And they're going to end up ingesting somewhere around like 600 milligrams of caffeine at once, which is a pretty high amount. Plus, they might even be drinking coffee or tea on top of that. So, to sum this all up, on an individual ingredient basis, there really isn't much wiggle room to even debate dosages here, but I'm sure the one argument that some people are going to make is that, yeah, the doses are low, but it's the cumulative effect of combining all of these ingredients that adds up to something meaningful. And that argument could make sense if you were taking the proper doses and then just using the lower end, but as you can see here, almost